What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is predictions time for the second test match between England taking on Wales, but this time we're reversing. It's not going to be in Twickenham. We're heading over to Cardiff to play the second game, which will take place at the Principality Stadium, which should be an absolutely unbelievable game. Now obviously last week we saw history be broken. Wales were on a magnificent run of 14 wins in a row, and that came to an end by a very experimental English side that really looked strong. And the difference between these two teams is Wales selected a pretty solid squad. Yes, there were the odd injury here and there, but I mean, they had Captain Jones, they had good players in. Unfortunately, injury took out Gareth, which is a big loss for Wales, but there were players in the mix that had the opportunity and experience from the successes that they've been achieving. But their experimental side of England was really impressive, and a very clever move by Eddie Jones, because I don't think everyone was expecting what he was going to do. I personally thought he was going to select a solid English squad that we would probably predict to see at the Rugby World Cup, and he changed things up a bit, which was very interesting to see. I mean, you didn't have Owen Farrell, which for me is one of the key players, and the fact that they held their own in that game was pretty impressive. And I thought, well done to England to achieve what they achieved. I mean, that was a big game and a big win to have accomplished, and to break the streak and to deny Wales of being #1 in the world. That takes a lot of courage and commitment, so for that I give them credit. Be it history isn't on the side of Wales when it comes to matches at Twickenham, so one should have thought of that going into that, but I just thought with the current form and strength that they've been on, I know Jones did say that the team would be a bit rusty or something like that because they haven't played, but then so would England have been, and they looked pretty sharp and on point. So I think going into this game this weekend, obviously it favours now Wales because you're back at home. They beat England last time they played there, which will be a big confidence booster for them as they approach this game. Eddie Jones, I don't know what trick he's got up his sleeve as far as selecting the squad. He made the big announcement of selecting his World Cup squad this past week, which is a very interesting squad. A few risks here and there, but a few solid picks. That is, for me, a very good English squad that can definitely cause a few headaches coming into this Rugby World Cup. And I think he will probably select a team this weekend along the lines of those guys who played in or will play in the World Cup, and it'll be important for them to really put up their hand and make Eddie Jones feel that he didn't make a bad decision, and he's got them in the team for the reason of quality, skill and professionalism. And again, I've said it before, Eddie Jones is no idiot. He's a great coach with a lot of knowledge, a lot of passion for the game, and you can see it when he's coaching. He gets very emotional, whether he's swearing or cheering or whatever it may be. He's passionate about the job he has at hand. He wants to succeed in it, and he will want to really take England on with a great win, another win over Wales. That'll be massive for England if they can achieve that. I think they've got Ireland next, which won't be, which also will be an interesting game. So he will definitely want to pick up a second victory. As for Wales, I think Warren Gatland will select a similar side so they can come out there and redeem themselves as they approach this game. It will be important for them to take it on. Obviously, missing the likes of Gareth, which for me is a big loss for them. I know some players either like or don't like him, but I think he's pretty solid. For me, the improvements that Wales need to do is just work on the kicking game a bit. That seemed to let them down. I know a few comments disagreed with me there, but if you don't capitalise on the points, then you getting behind the team and allows England the opportunity to capitalise. I mean, they had a 100% kicking record, hence why they had more points. So it's going to be an important game to really capitalise on the points. When you're on that try line, you need to capitalise and score. Yeah, whatever they did in the second half, which led them to those tries, they need to bring in that whole game so that they can dominate and attack each moment and capitalise on each game plan of how they see and how they play it out. I mean, England makes weaknesses or make mistakes. You need to capitalise and capitalise with points or metres gained. The same goes for Wales. So it's going to be an interesting contest. I think it's going to be quite hectic and back and forth. It was an interesting game, the previous one, but I think Wales want to forget about it and focus on trying to get back on the winning margin. There was an interesting article today that said this loss could have been very good for Wales because it just gives them the confidence to realise, okay, cool, you're not the ultimate or the best in the world quite yet. You've been brought back down to earth, and now you need to regroup and focus and concentrate on the main prize, which is the Rugby World Cup. And that goes for the All Blacks as well. Just because they've dropped down and didn't win the championship doesn't mean that they're out of the world. It just means they just need to focus extra hard in order to capitalise on those final opportunities and get to these World Cup finals. So it's going to be a big weekend for them, and hopefully Wales can bounce back, but also for England's sake, hopefully they can continue the great form that they've had. Last week, obviously 33-19, very interesting score. I definitely wasn't expecting that. If we look at the previous one, in 23rd of Feb, this was in Wales. Wales won 21-13. So another interesting contest, 10 points just over or less, which is the points difference. They met in 2018 as well. They've met, which England actually won 12-6, close game. 16-21 in 2017, and that was in Wales. So very up and down results. Obviously, England picking up a few wins there, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. As from a prediction point of view, I think it's going to be up and down, but I do see Wales fighting back on this one and picking up a victory. Won't be by much, maybe 7 points or less. I think it's going to be a close game, and I think England are also going to come out fighting. So depending on the squad selected, or if both teams decide to do more experiments, we could see a different result. But I think Wales are going to need a bounce back, and it's important for them to pick up a win this weekend. So I'm going Wales to take out England, beat England by a minimal margin, and it should be a cracking game. I'm looking forward to it. They got the crowd, they got that home advantage, that gees, which should give them a good boost. So that's my prediction. Wales to pick up a win. Small point scoring difference, probably 6 or less, but I'm hoping that we see lots of tries and a big score margin, similar to what we saw this past weekend, but I want a little bit more tries. So it should be an epic game. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to win between these two solid nations? Could we see England continue their winning streak maybe? Or will we see Wales fight back and pick up the win as they build up also to the Rugby World Cup? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you are new. And I'll see you guys soon for another video. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.